Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where last episode we didn't get very far on getting this constructed. That's okay, I was mostly just trying to figure out how this system works, and we should be able to make much faster progress, now that we know how this works. So let's just get all of these struts unloaded so we don't have to worry about it. Ooh. That's a physics bug. And that is the reason why I was making a lot of quick saves. I'm actually going to reload here. And I'm going to be okay with reloading every time there's a physics issue like that, because that's not how physics should actually work. And in fact, it's highly recommended when doing this sort of project that you very commonly make saves, and for that exact reason. So we'll go ahead and go back out here, and I just want to be very clear that anytime we have a situation like that, where we have that big physics jump that causes destruction, I'm going to be completely fine with reloading. Absolutely no qualms with it whatsoever. Now, to be clear, some of it was my fault. I put it down kind of close over here, and I think it attached like on the bottom, but even so, that was clearly not the intention, nor was it. Yeah, like that right there. So what's happening there, and this is actually fine. I'm going to let this go for a moment, and we are going to revert it again. But what happened there was it actually snapped like that when it got to the outside range. And then it snapped in like that, and that caused that physics jump. So now that I know what causes that, I can avoid it in the future. So that'll be good. We're just trying to get these unloaded right now, and this should go fairly quickly now that I know some of these limitations. This is just mostly a matter of me learning how this all works, right? And this is completely fine. Now, I did want to say I was talking about maybe doing some of this off camera, and some of it may still happen off camera, especially if I have to reload super frequently like this, but as long as I get a handle on how this is working, which I think I can do, then what we're going to do is we're going to try to build it on camera, and it should go pretty quickly here. As long as I'm careful, right? Now, if I were to bring this out here and snap it like that, that would cause this to go up and break our radiator and our solar panel, which we would then have to bring a new radiator and solar panel in and install that. Which, I mean, it's not the end of the world. We are expecting to bring additional units in, right? We need to come in with the robotic arm, for one thing. But I just want to get these unloaded for now, and we'll just be a little bit more careful on where we put them. This should, in theory, be fine. Now, I believe that we're not quite close enough to the top one, but I believe that the top one up here, instead of containing modular girder segments, instead contains grid pads. Oh, there is still one that has modular girder segments. Okay. So we'll drop these, like, I don't want to drop it there. We'll try to. That was exciting. Well, it dropped there, and that's okay. We'll drop it here. And we're going to have to go grab these a little bit later on, but that's fine. We'll just drop these over here. Okay. And then these grid pads up here, we're going to leave for the time being. So we're going to slowly make our way over here, and the question is, are we going to have to push our way through this? And I think the answer is, well, it looks like we're getting on top. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe. That might be fine. Yes, this is fine. Okay, now that we have all this unloaded, I'm going to quick save so that we don't accidentally lose that. And we're going to come over here, and we're just going to start some assembly. So we're going to just snap this in here. Good job, Bill. Very good job. We'll snap this in here, as well as in here. I am going to fix this rotation, and we'll just have it be like that. I'm going to fix this rotation as well, like that. Okay, there we go. So this is 4, so we'll just put that one in right there, and then we'll put this one in here. I think we need to fix this a little bit. Yeah, we'll do the move tool here. We'll just move that in, and the rotation isn't perfect, but it doesn't have to be. So now we'll just attach this guy in here. The rotation, once again, isn't perfect. It doesn't have to be, but I'll just tweak it like that. And look at that! Already, even with 2 reloads, we have already managed to double our previous construction. Is that not truly amazing? So let's go ahead and... exit build mode and go back in, because we don't appear to be able to move in build mode now. And I'm wondering why. We can move outside of build mode. Oh, it's because we're in the rotate tool, isn't it? Yeah, it's because we're in the rotate tool. Fine. So we'll snap that in there, and we'll just move this guy up over here. We need to move over this way, I guess. We'll just grab these and move them over this way then. A little bit closer. Fantastic. We may want to grab these over here too. In fact, I'm going to go over there and get them. We have a lot more space over here now, so that should be fine. So we'll come over here, grab this, and I'm just going to place it on the ground over here, much closer. Wonderful. So we've almost got our bridge done here. I do want to make this be a little longer, and we are going to have to go get this modular girder segment over here. Bill, can you stop dancing with that segment, please? Thanks. We're just going to come over here. He's just going to fall and faceplant onto the ground and jump all over. Sure, that's fine. And while he's doing that, we will just go ahead and attach this in over here. That rotation is not correct. We will just tweak that a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Although we could turn snapping on. And that would make it be perfect. So that's a thing. And then this one is 3. And this one is 4. Which means at this point, we are now theoretically entering the landing pad over here. Okay. This is going to be a pretty small target. We may end up wanting to expand this landing pad. We'll see. But for right now, we are going to put in this guy. I'll just rotate it like that. There we go. We'll put this guy in here. And now we're going to put in our first support on the actual pad. We do want snapping off for these. So we'll put that in there. And then we'll put in our second support. That'll go right there. Now, that's a little bit off the ground right now, but that's fine. It won't be for too much longer. And we'll just change that rotation a little bit. We'll go ahead and turn snapping on and snap it about like that. Should be good, in theory. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, so this is the beginning of the landing pad right now. This is like the outer edge, right? So we could, at this point, begin working on that. But let's see, we know this needs to be 9 across with our current size. Now, I'm not 100% convinced by that size, but we know it needs to be 9 across in total. So let's just go ahead and put in, that's our number 2 there. This one will be 3. Can we reach this one? Not quite. Okay, we're going to move these modular girder segments up, and we're going to go get these 3 over here. We're going to need to get more of these out, obviously. That's okay. We'll move these over here, like so. And these segments over here we're going to have to go get eventually. But that is fine. That's something I can maybe do off camera. So this is currently 3 modular girder segments across here. So we're going to then bring this over. This one is going to be number 4. So that goes there. This one is going to be number 5. So this is our midpoint in the pad, in theory. Again, we're probably going to want this pad to be enlarged a little bit later on. But we'll go ahead and mount that there as our central support pillar. And then we'll put one underneath it, and we may as well just rotate this a little bit. About like that. Excellent. So that's our central support pillar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, and that was number 5. Technically, this should probably be attached slightly differently. Technically, this should be centered. So I'll just mount it about like that. And then we'll use the move tool. That is not really moving it relative to the object. Local. Yes, I want to be in local mode. Okay, so we'll position it there. That's about where I want it to be. Excellent. And then these 2 will, of course, just snap on out here. Like so. And then we need another 2 modular girder segments over here. So let's go get the one that is over here. And we will have the beginnings of our pad. Of course, this thing's going to be pretty exciting before we get it all locked down, but that's fine. We'll just drop this guy over here for now, and then we'll come on in. Excellent. And then we'll snap him in there. Okay, so that, of course, is 3 of the 4 that we want over here. So we're going to move over to this location over here, and this is definitely going to be a small target to hit. There's no doubt about that. It'll be interesting attempting to actually hit it. I'm probably going to want to change our landing systems a little bit to make this easier, but I'm going to come over here, and we're just going to come grab these couple of modular girder segments over here, and then we'll see about maybe deconstructing those, but I think we'd have to unload the grip pads first. That's okay. For now, I think I'm going to move this fuel line, and we'll just stick it on here for now so that it's not waggling around. Same with these landing legs. I'm just going to place the landing legs over here and these struts, just to make sure that they're somewhere where, you know, they're not going to be lost. And we'll connect that in there. We'll be fine. And we'll come get this strut as well, just to make sure that we're keeping things relatively tidy. Sure, that'll do. Okay, and now we'll come grab this segment. And over we head. Except that we can't change direction while moving like this. So we're just going to go approximately like this. Actually, we can change direction by steering with the mouse. We just can't go a different direction other than camera local forward. That is the direction that we can go. So that's wonderful. Of course, this section is a little bit tedious. There is no doubt about that, but we're not going to be moving most parts like this. So that will be absolutely fine. And in future, I would definitely design these part silos a little bit differently so that they could be like rolled along on the ground. That would be a pretty good way to do it. Like, as in they would each have their own, little controller so that we could roll them using gimbaling or something. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So at this point, we need another, what am I looking for? Support. Yes, we need another support out here. Okay, so let's go ahead and enable RCS here. And we're going to just take off here. We should probably check, how are we doing on our EVA propellant? We should probably pop into the pod at some point relatively soon, but it's fine. Okay. So we're just going to come on down over here. And we will grab this, place it over here, and we will begin our movement, which, again, I think that being able to do this is technically a bug. We stopped. Try that again. There we go. I think this is technically a bug, and you're not supposed to be able to do this, to be completely honest. But we're mostly going to not do this. Well, look at that. We're definitely making some solid progress here. I'm very, very happy about that. So we do need to get these segments on. At the very least, we need to get another support here. These supports are going to be very, very important as we start building it out to the sides. So we're going to have to definitely keep that in mind. The other question is, how exactly do I want to build it out to the side? Do I want to attach them like this? Or do I want to attach them like, if I can find the direction I want to rotate it in, like this, essentially. Like, we would have to be careful with how we attached it, right? But something like this. I don't know. These are rectangular, and the actual pads are square, so we'll have to take that into account. But we definitely want to mount this guy right at the edge here. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on our RCS at this point, and we are going to head on over here. Now, to be clear... RCS on, thank you. Now, to be clear, I don't think that we can actually manipulate any of these parts over here just yet, but I want to do a little bit of checking. Okay, we'll do something kind of like this. And let's just see what we can do here. I'm pretty sure we can't manipulate these currently. Yeah, due to part attachments. Which is definitely a little bit odd, but I think it's because these containers have inventory in them. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But we're just going to get these out of here, and we're going to drop them as far over this way as we can. Now, this is not tremendously far over this way, is it? But that's okay. We can move these as we go. And I want to take them out of... I just want to double check all of these. Yes. We can take them out of here. I like how they're just kind of balancing on their side. That's kind of entertaining. Place this one here, and this one here, and this one over here. We're just unloading these right now. And I did see a change over here when I unloaded that. Nope, still part attachments. Huh. I definitely would have thought that we could have done this at this point. Let's switch over not to this, but rather to... This is a grip pad. This is a lot of grip pads. We're not shocked by this. That's the pad builder, mining outpost, grip pads. I'm trying to switch to this debris here. I'm not sure if we even can. We should be able to, but apparently it doesn't want to, so that's okay. We're going to head on over this direction, and we are going to go ahead and open back up our build mode. And we're just going to move these pad segments over this way. These are not actually snapping as we exit the area, which I'm finding interesting and very convenient. Grab this one out of there, this one out of there. Very nice. Okay, we're going to need to move over this way to grab the rest of them. Whoa, that one snapped. That one definitely snapped. I want it up here. Thank you. Okay, I should probably quick save. It's been a bit. There we go. And we'll move this one off over here. Can we not move that one because it was our target? Oh, we couldn't move it because it was our target. That's interesting. Definitely good to know. Please stop that. Thank you. Don't go flying off. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to head up over here with all of these pads down. And this is, of course, only our first silo. But we're going to come up over here and... I was hoping that we'd be able to get the modular girder segment off of there, but as of right now, that's not an option. So we're just going to take this pad up over here, and we're going to try to centrally locate it and figure out how we want to end up mounting these. So first things first, we do want snapping off. It's not wanting to place here. That is a potential issue. We can place it there. Fascinating. What about with snapping on? That works. Okay. Is that centered? That looks pretty centered to me. Okay. I'll take it. So we're going to need to move these over a little closer, of course. This is definitely a very slow process, but it's mostly just getting the materials there. That's the slow part, right? Like, we can do... Once the materials are over, then it's not too bad, all things considered. So we'll just move these over this way, where they're going to be much more accessible for us. Something along the lines of... The grip pad is exceeding the weight that a Kerbal can construct in this gravity? What? But we picked it up. I'm sorry, what? What happens if we exit the mode right now? It just vanishes? Wait, it's up here in the interface. Yeah, it's still selected. This is very awkward. I'm not entirely sure how we were able to pick this up if it exceeds the weight, and how does this one exceed the weight if nothing else does? Very confusing, to be sure. Can we release it in any way? Apparently not. And yeah, if we exit the mode, then it shows up in the interface up here. Right there. baffling. I mean, I know that it's heavy. But, yeah, if we exit the construction mode there, then it's up there in the interface. Very, very interesting. I'm going to quick save. And we'll just see about re-entering the mode here. Where did it go? It appears to have vanished. Okay, so some of these parts may not work too well. That's fine, I guess. I want to position this. Here is okay. I want to use the move tool, though. Let's see if we can get it in a little closer there. Or is this fine, actually? No, I do want to move it in a little bit. Yeah, like that. They are clipping a little bit, but that's fine. That should be completely okay. So we place that and then move it into position with the move tool. Like that. That's slightly off-center. That is slightly off-center. Let's just position it like so. There we go. Okay. So in order to place this, I do actually want this to have snapping on. And then we want to go into the move tool and turn snapping off. And just move it in to be something like that. I want to check this actual alignment. Looks about right. Good. Okay, so that's the overall concept here. This one doesn't want to place. Okay, let's try this one. Yes, some of these are just very temperamental. Like that. Okay. But then we can use the move tool to put it in exactly where we want it. Something along the lines of that should be good. Okay. Wonderful. Now this one is a little bit off in terms of its angling, for sure. I want it to be flat like this. There we go. It goes in like that. Move tool, and we position it. There we go. One thing that is definitely the case that these EVA constructions do not have is absolutely they do not have any sort of a cloning tool like the alt-click in the vehicle assembly building. So this is going to be a little bit of a time-consuming operation for sure. And like I said, I may end up doing some of it off camera. What is this location? Just like a 1 pixel spot where we can get this in. Oof. Very temperamental. Some of these pads are more temperamental than others. Like this one, we might be able to get in much easier. Is that having the same issue? Actually, yes, it is. Okay. Well, in theory, we could mount it over here, right? And then just move it over with the move tool. That's right on that seam that it's allowing me to do that. I mean, we could bring it up over here. Hang on a moment. This is actually off the edge over here. We want this one to be over here. So let's just move over this way. We've actually got all 4 of them. Whoa! Apparently walking over that grip pad blew it up. Okay, so I'm going to quick save here. This is definitely a very interesting process. So we're going to put that in over here, snapping off, and move this in something like this. This is definitely extremely heavy over here. There is no doubt about that. And I would really, really like to have this particular support in before we go any further over here. So we're going to come over this way and just grab ourselves one of those. Excellent. So we will just come over here, grab ourselves a modular girder segment, drop it down to the ground, and over we go. Excellent. And again, we will move these more in bulk a little bit later on. But for now, we will just move this right on over. So we'll just grab this, and off we go. Fantastic. So we're probably going to need to bring up additional of those plates, but that's okay. We kind of expected that, in all honesty. And I'm planning to bring additional supplies up. I mean, I moused over the UI here, which caused us to stop. However, I am planning to bring more supplies up with the robotic arm. So all should be fine. This is going to be a few episode process, though, I feel like. And we can just put that in there. Excellent. I'll use the rotate tool. Get that approximately where we want it to be. Snap it into position. There we go. All is good. So now that we actually have some supports over here, we'll place this guy right over here. Wonderful. We'll use the move tool, and we will place it in... Looks like we've had a little bit of drift here. But this one will get placed in right about here. Excellent. And we'll put another one up over here. There we go. And we'll just move that guy right on in as well. This is a fiddly process, this EVA construction. There's no doubt about that. Of course, I mean, that's pretty realistic, right? EVA construction is not a speedy thing. Well, we're just going to grab this guy, place it in here, and then use the move tool to get it exactly where we want it to be. That'll do. Okay, let's go ahead and exit construction mode right now. And I will say that, if I quick save here, is a pretty good start. I mean, you can see here they're not aligned perfectly, but they also don't need to be. So let's just go up and make our first landing on our pad. Beautiful. It's not much of a pad right now, but it's ours. So we might want to extend this out another one of these segments. This is very extensible. We would have to bring up more materials, but that is completely okay. I don't know what's going on with the lighting over here. Seems a little strange, but whatever. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Next episode, we are going to continue construction on this project. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.